The vast ocean stretches out before you, an endless blue horizon, seemingly infinite and indifferent to your plight. The sun beats down mercilessly, its rays unrelenting. You're stranded with no shade or shelter in sight. Your ship, once a vessel of hope and adventure, is now a mere memory, resting silently on the ocean floor, a graveyard of dreams. A lifeboat, your only sanctuary in this vast expanse of water, becomes both your refuge and your prison. But hope is a fragile thing, dwindling with every passing hour. The supplies, painfully limited, each ration a reminder of your precarious situation. Food, water, even the space to huddle together for warmth, all rationed against the relentless grip of survival. Every sip, every bite, a calculated decision. How long can you last in this floating limbo? Each hour feels like an eternity. And who among you will see the dawn of another day? The uncertainty gnaws at your spirit. This is not a scene from a movie, but a terrifying possibility that underscores a chilling ethical dilemma: lifeboat ethics. The choices you make here are real and consequential. It's a stark, unforgiving scenario where the rules of civilization are stripped away, leaving bare the primal instinct to survive. The veneer of society is thin, but even in survival, do we abandon our humanity? Can we hold on to our moral compass when faced with such dire circumstances? Do we sacrifice our values on the altar of desperation? Or do we find a way to endure without losing ourselves? Before we dive into this gripping scenario, make sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on TikTok for more thought-provoking content. In 1974, Garrett Hardin, an ecologist, threw this unsettling scenario into sharp relief with his essay, Lifeboat Ethics: The Case Against Helping the Poor. His work sparked intense debate and forced many to reconsider their views on global aid and resource distribution. Hardin used the metaphor of a lifeboat to represent the Earth, already filled to capacity with its inhabitants. This lifeboat, he argued, is a microcosm of our planet, teetering on the brink of overcapacity. The ocean surrounding the lifeboat, that represents the vast, unforgiving expanse of space. It's a stark reminder of our isolation in the universe and the limited nature of our resources. There are others, clinging desperately to wreckage, pleading for a place on board. These individuals symbolize the countless people around the world who are in dire need of help and resources, but the lifeboat can only hold so many. The harsh reality is that there is a limit to how many people we can support without jeopardizing the safety and well-being of those already on board. To take on more is to risk the lives of everyone already on board. Overcrowding could lead to disaster, making the lifeboat sink and endangering everyone. This stark metaphor, while unsettling, forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth. Resources are finite. We must face the reality that our planet cannot support an infinite number of people. Whether it's food, water, or even the very air we breathe, there is a limit to what our planet can provide. These resources are not endless, and we must use them wisely. And as our global population continues to swell, this uncomfortable truth becomes impossible to ignore. The strain on our resources grows with each passing day. The lifeboat metaphor isn't about turning away from those in need, Hardin argued. It's about making tough decisions in the face of scarcity. It's about recognizing the limits of our resources and grappling with the difficult choices that scarcity forces upon us. We must balance compassion with practicality, ensuring that we do not jeopardize the future for the sake of the present. Imagine yourself in that lifeboat. The weight of responsibility is crushing. You hold the power to decide who is granted the precious gift of life and who is consigned to the unforgiving embrace of the sea. Do you prioritize the young, those with the most life ahead of them? Do you choose the strong, those best equipped to weather the storm and rebuild? Or do you cling to the principles of fairness and equality, even in the face of annihilation? The answers are far from simple. Each choice carries its own weight, its own moral implications. To choose one life over another is to grapple with the very essence of what it means to be human. It forces us to confront our own values, our own biases, and the uncomfortable reality that sometimes there are no easy answers. The lifeboat scenario lays bare the fundamental tension between practicality and fairness, a dilemma that has puzzled ethicists and philosophers for generations. From a purely practical standpoint, prioritizing the survival of the strongest or those with specialized skills might make sense. This approach could maximize the chances of the group's overall survival. A doctor, for instance, could be invaluable in ensuring the health of the group, treating injuries and preventing disease. Similarly, a skilled navigator could increase the chances of finding land, guiding the lifeboat to safety with their expertise. But what about the elderly, the very young, or those with disabilities? These individuals might not have the same physical capabilities or specialized skills. Do we cast them aside simply because they might not contribute to the immediate goal of survival? This raises profound ethical questions. Is our humanity so easily discarded in the face of fear and uncertainty? Can we justify such decisions when our moral compass is tested? And what about the inherent fairness of choosing one life over another? Each life holds intrinsic value, regardless of practical utility. Do we play God, deciding who is worthy and who is not? This power to determine the fate of others is a heavy burden. These questions cut to the very core of our values, forcing us to confront the kind of society we want to be, even in the direst of circumstances. They challenge us to balance survival instincts with ethical principles, shaping our collective humanity. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And don't forget to follow us on TikTok for daily insights and updates. Thank you for watching.